Hello guys and girls, my name is Levitee. Welcome back to a new video. As you can tell by the title, it's time to do our draft analysis for the new league I'm in. It is called the Pokemon Summer League / the Pokemon Winter League. So basically, I haven't really explained this at all to you peeps, so I'm going to go ahead and do that right now. So this is a draft league format, and this was my first one ever. ABL Season 1 was not a draft league format. It was just us choose whatever Pokemon you want, pretty much. So it was an interesting experience, to say for the least. It wasn't a live draft, unfortunately, because I would have loved to have you guys come on to support me and watch the stream and support my team. I will be representing the Pittsburgh Steelixs this league. I won't be doing it Toronto Wheelhouse because there are a lot of teams from Toronto, and I didn't want to join the Toronto bandwagon. So I decided to go with the Pittsburgh Steelixs because that's my favorite football team based off the Pittsburgh Steelers. So as the title says, we're going to be going over my draft picks. Why I picked what I picked, and all that good stuff. So first off, I guess I'm going to list off all the teams that are in the league. So first off, we have the Manchester Manectrics. The coach of that is Callum _TYS, whatever. The next up, we have the Minneapolis Manectrics. The coach is RBNJLS, just a bunch of letters. Then we have the Lamar Luxray coach, TJ Luxray, and then we have the Seattle Manaphy's coach, K Fresh. Then we have the Lincolnshire Lugia's coach, Chimera, whatever, Chimar, whatever. Then we have the Peterborough Piplups coach, Electric Furry. And then we have the Oklahoma Thunderous coach, Just Faded. The Holland Heracross coach, Dior Okra, I don't know how to say his name. Then we have my team, Pittsburgh Steelixs. We have the Buffalo Bills coach, Lucina21 or Lucina, whatever. We have the Chicago Beartics coach, ASMR King. We have the New England Pat Rats coach, Ian. The Rowlett coach, Mimikyu. I love that name just because it's Rowlett. Then we have Chicago Cubone coach, Thorazak. We got the South African Staraptors coach, Yesop, I don't know. We got the Uno Ninetales coach, Trevor. So yeah, the only person in the ABL that is in this league is Trevor. So we're going to be helping each other out because, you know, ABL members need to stay together. So this is probably a long video because I got a lot to explain with my draft and how it went. So hopefully you guys stick around for it. So we're going to hop in with the first tier. We started off the tier list with the Mega tier. So I'll tell you why my original Mega plan went out the window. I'll say that in the next tier, but the Mega I picked was Mega Manectric because I wanted a strong, hard electric type. I always really liked Mega Manectric, and since it just got released in Sun and Moon, I decided, hey, why not go for it? And I have a feeling it's going to be a pretty strong member on the Pittsburgh Steelix. It has a great special attack, great speed, and it has the opportunity for those fire type attacks to hit the steel types. And you can run it in power, volt switch out. It's pretty strong Mega, underrated indeed. And then we move on to the S tier. So I want to tell you why things got a little bit hectic here. So my original plan was to pick Xurkitree as my S tier Pokemon. Now Xurkitree is a tier 1 Pokemon. This is a tier draft. The tiers are S tier, Mega, tier 1, tier 2, tier 3, 2 tier 4s, tier 5, and then the rest are free spots. It's a point system draft. But back to what I was saying before. So my original plan was to pick Xurkitree as my S tier. Xurkitree is a tier 1, so I would gain some points for that. Not picking a real S tier. But I was for sure that I was going to get Xurkitree because I didn't think anyone was going to grab a tier 1 for their S tier. But unfortunately, someone did. Someone grabbed Xurkitree. I was really upset because my entire draft revolved around Xurkitree. Because Xurkitree is not the fastest Pokemon, I had Pokemon to make sure that it was going to outspeed. I had web setters. I had a lot of hazard stacking. Yeah. And my original Mega was to go Mega Sharpedo. And I had Politoed on the squad too for Rain Dance. For 100% accurate Thunder on Xurkitree, but unfortunately my entire Xurkitree strategy went out the window. So throughout the draft, I had to rethink my entire free slots because those are the Pokemon that really helped out Xurkitree. And since I didn't have Xurkitree, I had to change up a lot of my drafting system. Like, I had Pokemon like Smeargle to set up webs, but I dropped it. I had Fortress, dropped that, and Politoed for the rain to drop. I dropped that too because I didn't really need him because Xurkitree wasn't on my team anymore. But I got the opportunity to pick up Ash Greninja. Ash Greninja is a great Pokemon. I'm not really upset that I got it. It's just that it's not the one thing I wanted. I think it's definitely going to be an offensive threat in the league, and hopefully I can get a few kills with it. Well, a few kills. I'll probably get a couple. So yeah, that was my S tier pick. So when Xurkitree got sniped for me, I had to rethink my entire system. So then when we move on to the tier 1, I had Zygarde 50%. I needed a hardy ground type and a dragon type. I didn't want to go like a defensive ground type like Hippowdon or Donphan. I wanted something offensive, so I had some minds. I had Excadrill in mind, Garchomp, Zygarde 50%, and I think that was it, really. So yeah, I really wanted to use a ground dragon type, and I love Garchomp, but I didn't really want to use it, so I decided to go with Zygarde 50%. It's a great Pokemon, especially with the Dragon Dance ability now and 1,000 Arrows. I think it's going to certainly be a threat in the league, and you can also oh my god, I can also run some coil sets, bulky sets maybe. So yeah, and then for my tier 2 pick we had Shaman. Now Shaman, I was actually very excited that I got this one because this is a Pokemon that I'm looking forward to using. I had this on there because I wanted something that could eat earthquakes for Xurkitree, and Shaman did that. Shaman does that beautifully. The base 100 stats across the board. I wanted to get at least one Pokemon with base 100 stats, and Shaman is a great pick for me. I love bulky grass types, and Shaman can do that. Leech Seed, Synthesis, Giga Drain, you know, the usual grass type shenanigans. But it can also be an offensive pivot. I'm pretty sure it learns Earth Power and Dazzling Gleam, and then we have options like Sea Flare or Giga Drain or Leaf Storm. I don't even know if it can learn Leaf Storm, but we're gonna say it does now. So yeah, I'm very happy that I got to pick up Shaman. And then we move it on to tier 3. This is also a Pokemon I really wanted to use. It's a little bit different from a tier 3, because I feel like most people would pick this up as a free spot instead of their tier picks, but I decided to pick up Bronzong. Bronzong is one of my most favorite steel types. It is a great screen setter. Having that steel type ability makes you resistant to a lot of things, and then add the psychic type on top of that. It's pretty good. I really love Bronzong. And plus it has 2 really good abilities with Heat Proof and Levitate. I can definitely utilize those both of those. And another advantage to having Bronzong is it's a great Trick Room setter. At that, it's very bulky, so it can eat hits and then set up the Trick Room. And I have some Pokemon that can probably benefit from Trick Room. Bulky Zygarde, Shaman, Hitmonchan, Magmortar, Dusclops, Quagsire. So yeah, a lot of my bulky Pokemon would take advantage of this Trick Room. And then when we move on to tier 4, we got the opportunity to choose 2 tier 4 Pokemon. And I really wanted a fairy type, but nothing was really screaming out to me, and I was looking for a flying type as well. I'm not a big fan of Togekiss really, so I decided to pick up its lesser version, if you want to call it that, Togetic. I used Togetic a couple times in the past, and I really like Togetic. Eviolite is a great Pokemon. You can have the opportunity to Thunder Wave, Defog, Roost, Dazzling Gleam, Air Slash. It's like Togekiss, but a little less bulkier, I think. I'm not sure. Togetic actually might be bulkier, but personally, I prefer Togetic over Togekiss. Togetic certainly isn't the offensive threat Togekiss is, but I mainly use Togetic for defense. And it's really great at that in the tier it's in. I think it's an RU, I believe. Don't quote me on that. But yeah, I was extremely happy that I got the opportunity to pick up Togetic. I wasn't sure if I was going to get it or not, because I knew it's pretty popular in draft format. Well, I don't want to say draft format, it's just people usually pick it up. So I was very happy I got that. And then for my second tier 4, now I had Smeargle on before here because to set up the webs for Zerk, but I did not need that now since I no longer had Xurkitree. So I decided to pick up one of my most favorite Pokemon. Definitely one of my top 5 favorite Pokemon. I decided to pick up Ambipom. Ambipom is a great Pokemon. I love using this thing. I haven't used Ambipom in a very long time, so I decided why not renew my love for it by using it in the PWL, and that's exactly what I'm going to do. I love using Power Up Punch, Ambipom, because Power Up Punch gets boosted by the Technician, which is absolutely great. And we have the Fake Out opportunity. We can knock off. Having a Pokemon with knock off in draft format is extremely extremely good, because you can get momentum over your opponents pretty quickly. You can knock off something's Choice Scarf. So let's say you knock off like Excadrill's Choice Scarf. That's a huge, because Excadrill is a pretty deadly Pokemon with the Choice Scarf on. And then that saves you Pokemon that can outspeed, which is extremely good, nice to have. See, I was very happy that I got Ambipom. I'm not sure if Baton Pass is banned or not in this league. I gotta look at the rules again. But if not, I think I might be able to pull some nasty plot Baton Pass shenanigans in the Mega Manectric possibly. So we'll see. And then for my Tier 5, I was early on in the Tier 5 format, or not the format, in the list, I guess is the correct word I'm looking for. So I was very happy to get this Pokemon. I suspected that more people would want it, and I was very happy that I had the opportunity to scoop it up early, and I decided to go Quagsire. Quagsire is, I don't know why it's in the Tier 5 tier. I think it's at least Tier 4 worthy, but I'm happy that I got to scoop it up in Tier 5. I needed a bulky water type. I would have loved to go for Milotic, but I didn't really have the points left for it in my free spot, so... And I think Milotic was Tier 2, and I didn't really want to abandon Shaman, because Shaman is going to be pretty useful, I think, on my team. So yeah, I decided to pick up Quagsire. It has the opportunity to... It has good recovery at that, with Recover, so it has that going like Milotic. You can learn Infestation, which is a nice move to stall out your opponent and trap them in. You can do some curse shenanigans, stockpile. What else can you do with Quagsire? I'm not sure. No, I was going to say maybe it gets rocks, but I don't think it does. So yeah, I feel like Quagsire is going to be a good member on the squad. And having that immunity with Water Absorb is great. I can take advantage of that and heal my Quagsire if he's low on health and I don't have the opportunity to recover. So yeah, having Quagsire on the squad I think is going to be pretty nice for me to have. And then we move on to the free spots. So the free spots are basically, I think everyone starts off with 500 points. But there was 3 different mega tiers. There was Mega Tier 1, 2, and 3. And I picked up Mega Manectric, which is a Tier 2 Mega Pick. And basically, if you picked up a Mega Pick that was Tier 2 and 3, you gained points back. So I would gain points, and if you didn't pick an S tier, you would also gain points. But I unfortunately did not. I would have gained points if I would have got Circuitry, but I didn't. But I picked up Ash Greninja. So my first free slot I decided to pick was Dusclops. I needed a Ghost type, and I wanted something bulky. I'm not really fond of Dusknoir competitively. I really love Dusknoir as a Pokemon, like its design, everything else, but I don't think it's really good competitively. So I decided to go with its arguably lesser version, Dusclops. Dusclops, I now have 2 Eviolite users, which is a little unfortunate, making me weak to knockoff, but it's certainly workaroundable. So Dusclops, it has the opportunity to Will-O-Wisp like most ghosts do, and having the opportunity to Will-O-Wisp a Pokemon in draft format is extremely nice because you can cripple a threatening Pokemon to the squad. And Dusclops is just an extremely bulky Pokemon. I've seen people use it very well in League format, and I've seen it do a lot of good things for teams. So I'm very happy that I got to scoop up Dusclops. I was a little bit on the edge for it, but in the end, I'm happy I got to scoop up Dusclops. So now we move on to my second free choice. I had like 400 points remaining, I think. I don't remember. And I was asking Nathan, I really don't know what to pick up for my second free spot. So he was naming me off some Pokemon. His one reclamation was Halucha, which I really liked. And then I don't know why, Tornadus Therian popped in my head. And Nathan was like, yes, grab that. It eats up everything. So I've always really wanted to use Tornadus Therian, but I just never did it. So I'm excited to use this Pokemon. I really am. It looks pretty bulky. I know Assault Vest set is pretty useful on it, which is very nice. And having the Regenerator Brute ability is extremely nice in draft format. we all know what Nathan's Tangrowth did in the ABL. Regenerate is just a great ability to have. Even if your Pokemon's weak on health, it doesn't matter, you can switch out and regain that health back, and you can keep on doing that until your Pokemon is at full health. And there's also another defogger for me with Togetic and Tornadus Therian, which is always nice to have. And I'm not sure how I'm gonna run this thing, either offensively or defensively, probably both, or maybe something different every week. But I'm very excited to use this Tornadus Therian. I was surprised that it did not get picked early on, so I decided to scoop it up in my free spots. And next up we have Hitmonchan. I needed a Rapid Spinner because I didn't really have any. Actually, I don't think Bronzong learns Rapid Spin. I might sound like an idiot here right now, but let's look it up. I might sound really stupid if I'm saying that Bronzong does not learn Rapid Spin. I mean, it looks like it can, but I'm not sure because it is levitating in the air, so who knows if it can. Where's Bronzong? There you are. I mean, it can learn Gyro Ball or Rapid Spin. Okay, so I didn't think so. It does not learn Rapid Spin, which is a little weird in my opinion. So I decided to scoop up Hitmonchan. I wanted a spinner, and I needed a fighting type. My original plan was to go Hitmontop, but that unfortunately got taken, so... And Hitmonlee was taken too. I would have loved to got Hitmonlee, but I'd rather go Hitmonchan because Hitmonlee is a fake out user, which I love. Fake out the move, but I already had Ambipom, which is arguably the best fake out Pokemon in the game. So I decided to scoop up Hitmonchan. Having the option to have all the elemental punches is really nice. You can cover a lot of the weaknesses. You can cover flying with your Ice Punch. I'm actually not sure if Hitmonchan can learn a poison type attack, like Poison Jab or something for the fairies, but who knows. I don't think it can learn any dark type attacks or psychic, but that's no biggie. The Iron Fist ability makes it so that those punch moves are boosted. We can run Drain Punch, Thunder Punch, Fire Punch, Thunder Punch, Rock Punch, you know, usual Hitmonchan shenanigans. So it wasn't what I wanted. I really wanted Hitmonlee because Intimidate is really good in League format. But hey, I'll take Hitmonchan out of any of the Hitmons. And then for my final and last free spot pick, I had 100 points left, so I could get either a tier 4 or a tier 5 Pokemon. But I decided to go tier 4 because there wasn't really anything I liked in tier 5, and I needed a specially offensive fire type. I was looking at a few. Heatmore was an option for me, but I didn't really like it that much. So I just decided to scoop up one of my favorite fire types, and I decided to scoop up Magmortar. Magmortar is probably a very, well, I don't know what I'm saying probably. Magmortar is a very underrated Pokemon in my opinion. I love using Choice Scarf Magmortar because not a lot of people suspect it, and it outspeeds, and I'm like, what the heck, this thing killed me. And Magmortar has a great special attack stat. Fire Blast, it's like a truck on that thing. So it's underrated in my opinion, and I'm glad I got to pick it up. It's kind of a last minute decision, but I like Magmortar. I'm very happy that I got to pick it up. And it also has great coverage with Thunderbolt. I think it can learn Psychic. Grass Knot, I think. Focus Blast. Those are the ones I know off the top of my head. So yeah, I'm very happy that I got to scoop up Magmortar. And yeah, that's pretty much my draft for this team and this league. By the way, my Z Captain, which is the Pokemon you choose to hold your Z Crystal, mine is Ash Greninja because it has a lot of different coverage options, so that's going to help me a lot with holding a Z Crystal. I don't know how often I'll even use a Z Crystal, but we'll see. We'll see. So that's really it for my draft. I really like how it turned out. It wasn't my plan. My entire plan was to go Circuitry strategy, and that unfortunately went out the window when it got taken. Whoever took that Circuitry, I don't remember what your name is, but I'll watch out. You ruined my entire strategy. So yeah, if you guys are going to be rooting for the Pittsburgh Steelixs in the PWL, make sure to click the like button down below and write hashtag Pittsburgh Steelixs in the comments so I know half of you are on my side. Well, I don't know about half of you. Most of you are on my side. Week 1 battles will start 2 weeks from now. I'm pretty sure. Don't quote me on that. No one from the league yell at me in the comments. And also, don't worry, this will not be replacing the ABL. ABL Season 2 is still happening. ABL Season 2 is still my main league. My main priorities are going to go to that. This is just a league for me to get better. Because this league has a lot of better battlers in it. So, it'll be a great experience for me going into ABL Season 2. But this video is already 20 minutes long, so I'm going to get the heck out of here. I hope you guys have a beautiful day.